chapter, Animal Kingdom. Right. According to which by kingdom classification, the last kingdom, Animal Kingdom. Right. All multicellular consumers is the main important feature for animal kingdom. Now, this animal kingdom is further classified into phyla. Actually, 30 phyla is there based on some criteria. Some important features based on level of organization, symmetry, germinal layers, silo, segmentation, note of one. This is the features considered as the criteria for the classification of animal kingdom. Okay. Now, what is the phyla in this kingdom? Now, first one, Porifera. Cylindricata is also called as malaria. Ctenophora. Flatty helminthiis. Right. ASCII helminthiis. Annelida. Arthropoda. Mollusca. Echinodermata. Hemichordata. Chordata. This is the phyla. 11 phyla. Actually 30 phyla is there. But according to our syllabus, we must discuss this 10 phyla characters with example. But this 11 phyla is belongs to this kingdom. Right. This classification based on these characters. Now one by one. What is the first one? Level of organization. Level of organization. Right. You know, metabolic activities takes place in every organism. Right. This metabolic activities undergoes division of labor. Division of labor. Based on division of labor, right, we can say level of organization. Right. Now, level of body organization. Right. Cellular level. Tissue level. Organ level. Organ system. Of course, right. Level of body organization, cellular level, tissue level.
Spelling. Level spelling.
L-O-V-E-L.
L-O-V-E-L.
Sorry, okay. Level of, okay, level of body organization. Level of body organization. That means the metabolic activities which is undergoes division of labor. Based on this division of labor, as the animals as is showing level of organization. Now, this level of organization is a cellular to tissue level or organ level, organ system. What is the first phyla? Porifera. This porifera shows cellular level. Right. there, cell will be there. That means in this need area, some metabolic activities takes place in cellular level, some metabolic activities takes place tissue level. But in porifera, all metabolic activities takes place in cellular level. There is no tissue in the porifera. This is the first tissue gradient. Now, ctenophora is also tissue gradient. Flat we can see the clear organ system in animal. So this is the level of body organization. That is a cellular. But in this animal kingdom, what is the lowest cellular level? Animal kingdom, lowest level cellular, highest organ system. But yes, less than cellular level is also there. Protozoans, protoplasmic level, virus, molecular level, submicroscopic molecular level. But then in this animal kingdom, all are multicellular. There is no unicellular. Hence, we cannot see another two types of level of organization. We can't see in this animal kingdom that are molecular level, submicroscopic molecular level, and also protoplasmic level. Right. Now, the first lowest level of body organization is cellular in animal kingdom. That is example porifera. Right. Now the next one. Right. Now, before going to this, suppose now what is the highest level organ system? Suppose you know digestive system. Right. The alimentary canal, you know, right? Mouth and anus. Good. First digestive system, first organ system. Organ level and organ system level both are appear in flat entities. Some metabolic activities organ level, some metabolic activities takes place in organ system. Okay. Now if you take the flat entities, digestive system is having elementary canal, but there is no mouth. Single opening is there. The mouth is also act as anus. So the mouth is act as input and output, ingestion and ejection. Both are takes place in by mouth. So based on this, the digestive system is incomplete due to the absence of elementary canal. Right. Now you after this flatter in this, you take aspect in this. The elementary canal, tube within the tube body. It is outer tube is called as body wall, inner tube is called as elementary canal. This elementary canal is containing both apertures, mouth and anus. Be careful. First elementary canal appears in flat entities, but without anus. Hence, the digestive system in flat entities is incomplete due to the absence of anus. But in the course of evolution, after the flat entities, ascal entities is there. Right. The evolution is gradually towards the complex, simple to complex. Hence, the elementary canal, which is incomplete elementary canal, which is present in flat entities, when it is reached the ascal entities, anus is appeared. Hence, the elementary canal and digestive system, complete digestive system, first appeared. Our digestive system is complete because elementary canal is having both mouth and anus. Such nature, complete nature, first time appeared in ascal entities. Okay? Catch the point. First time elementary canal appeared in flat entities. But it is incompletely or complete? Incomplete. Why? Absence of anus. Now, when you come to the ascal entities, round worms, the digestive system is complete. Now come to the circulatory system. Good. If the blood flow through blood vessels closed, if the blood flow sinuses is called as open system. First time blood vessel system is appears in annulata, that is closed. Right. Our circulatory system is also closed because the blood flow through blood vessels. But another type is also there in this animal kingdom, that is the open type. Right. Arthropods and molluscans shows the open type of circulation because in these two phyla, the blood passes through canals and sinuses. There is no blood vessels. Hence, it is called as open types. Now come to the symmetry. Symmetry. Right. Symmetry. The arrangement of body parts based on a particular passion, particular pattern. The arrangement of body parts based on a particular passion or particular pattern, fashion or pattern. Such arrangement is called as symmetry. But in porphyrin sponges, right, the cells, choanocytes, they are not arranged in any particular manner. Hence, these are asymmetry. Asymmetry. Now, Neet and Tenophora. The body parts is arranged around the axis, central axis. Such symmetry is called as radial symmetry. Our symmetry is a bilateral symmetry because our body parts is arranged on either side of axis, but not around. Either side of axis. Such symmetry is called as bilateral symmetry. That means symmetry. Some are asymmetry, some are radial symmetry, some are bilateral symmetry. Right. Asymmetry example, porphyrin. Neet fractal is radial symmetry. Right. Our symmetry, bilateral symmetry. This bilateral symmetry first appeared in flat embryos, except echinoderm. Except echinoderm. The embryo and the larva shows bilateral symmetry, but adult shows the radial symmetry or pentaradial symmetry. Generally, right, you take any organism from birth to death, from the zygote to death, the body shows one type of symmetry. Right, my symmetry is a bilateral from zygote to death. Right, I cannot show two types of symmetry, but exceptional in echinodermata. Exception in echinodermata, two types of symmetries, larva bilateral, adults pentaradial. This is the only special feature. When you discuss the symmetry, keep in your mind, it is very important, right, examination point of view. Right, now come to the but in examination point of view, right, directly radial symmetry, bilateral symmetry, they cannot ask the definition. Just listen. How they ask the question. Now, this is the two phyla, Neet and Tenophora. The well-known example, Hydra. Hydra is the best example for me. Right, now, right. You take the longitudinal section, but not transverse section. When you take the longitudinal section in any plan, in any direction, now this is the one direction, this is the right. If animal give the two similar identical parts, if any animal give the two identical parts, if the section passes through longitudinal in any direction, now based on this, that animal is showing radial symmetry. Now, if bilateral symmetry, suppose our bilateral symmetry, now, when you cut the transverse, one half is head, one half is limbs. So, two halves not identical. Hence, when you go to the longitudinal, when you see the longitudinal, like in this direction, but not this direction. If you take, this is also longitudinal, this is also longitudinal. This is the longitudinal, this is the longitudinal. But this longitudinal, that is mid-ventral to mid-dorsal. If the longitudinal section passes through in a particular action, if the body gives the two equal halves, if the section passes through longitudinal in a particular fashion, such is called as bilateral symmetry. This is the most important. Now come to this next one. Germinal layers. When you are mother womb, your life starts with the zygote, marla, blastula, gastrula. This is the three primary embryonic stages. You know. Now, right, gastrula. Gastrula. This is the embryonic stage. Yes. This gives the gastrula containing two germinal layers. That is ectoderm and endoderm. Ectoderm, not epiderm. Ectoderm, endoderm. Such animals are called as diploblastic. If gastrula containing three germinal layers, ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Right. This animals is called as diploblastic. That means in animal kingdom, right, based on germinal layers, the animals are classified into two types: diploblastic, triploblastic. Right. Ectoderm, endoderm is a common in diploblastic and triploblastic. But in triploblastic, another mesoderm layer is there. Hence, their body become complex. If the mesoderm one extra layer is there, they form different organs. Suppose muscles is the origin from mesoderm. The blood is formed by mesoderm. Right. Due to this, the triploblastic animals are more advanced and complex than the diploblastic. Right. Cnidarians, ctenophorans are diploblastic. Platyhelminths chordata is triploblastic. Who is the first triploblastic? Platyhelminths. We are also triploblastic. Now this is about the germinal layers. Now come to what is the next one? Coelom. The coelom is nothing. True body cavity. Right. True body cavity. Right. If you take the tube within the tube body, now it is the body wall. Now it is elementary canal. The space between body wall and elementary canal is called as body cavity. But it is a body cavity. This body cavity in three forms: absence form, false form, true form. This is the three conditions. Suppose now you take the poriferans, hydra. When you take the LS, when you take our LS is tube within the tube. Outer tube, body wall, inner tube is elementary canal. Now this is the two LS of sponges and cnidarium. Yes, it is the body cavity. It is also body cavity. But this the body cavity is there, but basically elementary canal is not there. Hence, it is not. Never say body cavity. The body cavity, according to definition, the body cavity is the space between elementary canal and body wall. This space is called as body cavity. But inside cavity is there. Inside means to whom? Body. Inside the body, generally, the cavity which is present in the body is called as body cavity. General sense is like that. But definition, it is according to definition, according to definition, you can't say it is a body cavity. Due to this body cavity is called as another terms. Now the body cavity of poriferan, spongiosine, the body cavity of cnidarians, gastrovascular cavity. Is it right? This body cavity is present, but you can't say body cavity. According to definition, elementary canal must be there. There is no elementary canal. The elementary canal is the first appearing platyhelminths. So, right, the body cavity is applicable to triploblastic animal. Now, this is the body cavity. In this body cavity, there is no mesodermal lining. Body cavity is there, but mesodermal lining is absent. And this body cavity is fully packed with mesenchyme. Hence, it is called as acoelom. Acoelom. A means absence of body cavity is called as coelom. Right. In Ascalminthis, right, body cavity is there, space is there, but mesodermal lining is not there. Hence, it is called as pseudocele. We have the true body cavity. What is the difference between body cavity and true body cavity? Body cavity means the space between body wall and elementary canal is called as body cavity. If this body cavity is a boundary, is lined by this body cavity, when it is lined by mesodermal layer, such body cavity is called as coelom. All body cavity is not coelom, but coelom is a body cavity. Right? All coeloms are body cavity, but all body cavity is not in coelom. Now, based on body cavity, body cavity. Right. The animals are classified into three types: asilo, pseudo-silo, right? Silo, asilo, absence of body cavity. Example: nitrogen. Right. Pseudo-silo, asking. Annihilate to now they are silo. Now this is the knowledge of body cavity with three types. The next one, segmentation. Segmentation, metameric segmentation. Right. If you take any body external, some rings in them, circular rings, like nodes and internode of stem. Right. If you take the earthworm, the earthworm externally body is having rings. This rings is called as external segmentation. Where the external segmentation is there, internal septa is there. The septa is called as internal segmentation. Right. Rings, annual rings is called as external segmentation. Right. Now, each segment containing part of body or complete body. If it is containing part of system, each segment is containing part of system, that is true segment. Right? Suppose you take the flat elements. Now, in this flat elements, tapeworm, tinea solium. The tinea solium is also containing segments. Earthworm is also having the segments. Right? We are not having any segmentation. The segmentation of earthworm, not only earthworm, Annelida, Arthropoda. This is the two phyla which shows true segmentation. Flat element example, tinea solium, false segmentation, pseudo segmentation. Because each segment is containing complete system. But here each segment in Annelida Arthropoda is containing part of system. Hence, the two segment is called as metameria. False segment is called as program. Due to presence of metameras, due to presence of true segment, this segmentation is called as metameric segmentation. Right. Name the animal which shows metameric segmentation. The molluscus is not segmented. But some flat elements show the segmentation, but it is a false. Hence, it is called as a pseudo segmentation. Now come to the notochord. Now, some animals in this animal kingdom, some animals, it is elementary, right? Ventral, a rod-like structure, which is formed by mesoda for support function, origin, mesoda, appearance, rod-like structure, location, mesoda, location, dorsal. This is called as notochord. Yes. Based on the presence and absence of notochord, the animals are classified into chordates and non-chordates. How many phyla is there? 11 phyla. In this 11 phyla, these animals means chordata, phylum chordata is containing notochord. Right. If animal having a notochord, that is include the chordata. That means the most important feature of chordata, presence of notochord. Now, porifera to hemichordata. In this 10 phyla, notochord is absent. Hence, this is called non-chordates. That means the total 11 phyla is classified into two groups, non-chordates and chordates, based on presence and absence of notochord. Now, this is the criteria. Right. Now, okay, criteria. Non-chordates. Right. Now, come to the one by one. Porifera. It is the first phyla in animal kingdom. Level of body organization, cellular level. There is no symmetry, there is no germinal layers. Right. All are aquatic, mostly marine. Porifera. The body is perforated with pores. Hence, these are called as pore bearers. Pore bearer. Common name is called as sponges. Sponges. All are sedentary. All are sedentary. They live where water. In the water, as that it is the body anterior and posterior. The posterior part of the body is attached to the substrate. It cannot free swimming in the water. That means it does not show the locomotion like fishes and mermaids. But in water, they are attached to the substrate. This is the one of the important character, sedentary character. Based on sedentary character, previously, that means in ancient days, the scientists kept in plant kingdom. Because we are discussing animal kingdom. The locomotion is the important feature of animal kingdom. Due to absence of locomotion, right, previously it is included in plant kingdom. But recently, of course, the majority of the characters, animal characters, holozoic mutation, right, except sedentary nature, it support to the plant kingdom. But finally, it is includes in animal kingdom and given a separate file porifera. Right. Now, the body was containing two layers, pinacoderm and pynoderm. The pinacoderm is made with pinacocytes, pynoderm is made with coinocytes. The presence of coinocytes, most important feature. Mammalia, the presence of mammary gland is an important feature of mammals. Similarly, coinocytes is important feature. Why I am not belongs to porifera? Because I am not having coinocytes. Bluntly, if any animal is having coinocytes, is includes in porifera. Right. Now, canal system is one of the important. This canal system is helps in nutrition, right, respiration, excretion, and reproduction. Right. Now come to the right. Sponges is having supporting structure. We have the bones to support. Similarly, they have some support, spicules, which are made with the calcium carbonate. Now, this is some important characters of porifera. Examples: Spongilla, Euspongia, Euplectella. This is now come to the second phylum, Cnidaria. Now, what is the name? Yes, Cnidaria. This animals is also having the special cells. Cnidoblast are stinging cells. Why I am not belongs to the cnidaria? I am not having any cnidoblast. If any animal having a cnidoblast, it is includes the cnidoblast. This is also aquatic, mostly marine, some are freshwater. Freshwater cnidaria, Hydra. Freshwater porifera, Spongia. Right? Now, the body contains two layers, ectoderm and endoderm. The cavity is called as gastrovascular cavity. Right? Now, entire the surface of the body, a specialized cells is there that is called as cnidoblast. Okay. The most important feature, the digestion, types of digestion. You know types of digestion. Generally, two types of digestion. Within the cell is called as intracellular digestion. Outside the cell, extracellular. Our digestion is extracellular. Porifera is intracellular. But this is the most important, right? Both the digestion is there. Intra is there, extra. That's when the food is entering gastrovascular cavity, extracellular digestion is there. Now, extracellular digestion is partial. The remaining digestion, which is takes place in endodermal cells, that is the nutritive muscular cells, the remaining intracellular digestion is occurring. Okay. The morphological forms of cnidaria, most important, the morphological forms, that means the animal which is belongs to this cnidaria, they appears in two forms, cylindrical form, umbrella form. If it is umbrella form, that is called as medusa. If it is cylindrical form, it is called as polyp. Now, most of the students, they thought that the medusa and polyps is the name of animals. No, it is not a name of animal. This is a shape name, morphological forms. Name the two morphological forms of cnidaria, medusa and polyp. Right. This medusa. Right. Now, some suppose Hydra. Hydra. The total lifespan, its lifespan is remains in only Hydra, polyp. Hence, the Hydra is monomorphic. Monomorphic. We are monomorphic. Right. Now come to the Aurelia. Aurelia, which is also belongs to phylum. It is total lifespan as it is as umbrella shape. That is medusa. So it is also monomorphic. So Hydra is a monomorphic. Aurelia is also monomorphic. But the monomorphic name, polypoid monomorphic, medusa monomorphic. But you take the Phycelia, Obelia. This is dimorphic. Half of the life, it is the polyp form. The remaining life, medusa. Example, Phycelia and also Obelia. Right. What is this form? Polyp. The polyp is undergoes asexual reproduction and produce medusa. The medusa is undergoes sexual reproduction and form polyp. That means polyp which reproduction? Asexual. Appearance cylindrical. It is medusa, sexual. Appearance umbrella. Now in the life cycle of Phycelia and Obelia, as how many morphological forms? 2. Hence these are called as dimorphic. Now all dimorphic nidarians shows metagenesis, alternation of generation. What is alternation of generation? What is the technical name of alternation of generation? Metagenesis. Or metagenesis is also called as alternation. So if asexual and sexual stages which are occurring alternate in its life cycle, in the life cycle, such a life cycle is called as alternation of generation. But all nidarians does not show metagenesis. What is the main important character for the metagenesis? The animal which shows both asexual and sexual in alternately. That is the character for metagenesis. Right. Now come to the digestion. Two types is there. Right. Now come to the right. Some nidarians which lives in marines, the surface of the body, marine calcium carbonate is rich. Right. Due to this, the calcium carbonate is deposited on the surface and forms some protective layers. That is skeleton. Yes. Skeleton, exoskeleton, and its body together is called as corals. A colonial coral is called as coral reef. This is the one of the important characters. Now example: Hydra, Obelia, right, Aurelia, Pennatula, Gorgonia, Seafair. Now this is about the Ctenophile. Right. Now is exclusively marine. Common name sea worms, comb jellies. Right. Marine. The most important character, bioluminescence. Emitting of light by living organisms. That means, right, the animals who are includes in this phylum, they produce light. Hence, such character is called bioluminescence. We are not this character. Our body does not show this character because, right, luciferase is the enzyme and protein is absent in our body. The main protein is called as luciferase. Right. These animals produce a protein that is called as luciferin. Due to presence of luciferin, this protein character is emit the light. Now come to the external fertilization. There is no asexual reproduction, only sexual reproduction. Right. Indirect development, indirect, with larva, without larva. If the development is larva, indirect. Our development without larva. Hence, our development is direct. Once again, in the development of frog, you find out the tadpole larva. If the larva is there, indirect. If the larva is not there, direct. Now here indirect means with the larva. Alright. Now this is a few important characters. Now what is this? Comb jellies. What is the meaning of comb jellies? The surface of the ctenophorans, right? Ciliated rows, 8 ciliated rows which are helps in our comb. This ciliated rows is called as comb jellies. Due to presence of comb jellies, this is called as, this common name based on the comb jelly, it is called as comb jellies. Right. Now, Plurobacteria ctenophora is example for ctenophora. Right. Next one, flatty epithelis. Flatty. Flatty. The name indicates meaning. Flatty.
HEL. HEL.
Flatty. Elephantis. Flatty elephantis. Right. If the body dorsal ventral is compressed. When the dorsal and ventral is compressed, the body becomes flat, not cylindrical, not tube-like structure, ribbon-like structure. Hence, this name. Right. Now, mostly parasites. Parasites. Some are free living. Planaria is example free living. Tapeworm, right. Cystosoma hematobium, Fasciola hepatica. This is the parasitic flatty elephantis. This is the first triploblastic, first bilateral symmetry, acidoids. Now, the excretion takes place by flame cells. The alimentary canal is incomplete due to the absence of anus. Is it? Now, in parasitic forms, suppose you take the tapeworm which lives in the man, host is man. Right. This parasitic flatty elephantis, they have some old past organs, hooks and suckers to hold the intestine. If this old past organs is absent, internal intestinal parasites, they come to the outside with the feces. So, when they want to live in intestine, they must require some old past organs. Name the old past organs, right? Suckers and hooks, right? The reproductive system is well developed than the female because their life cycle is having many abstractions. To overcome this abstraction, they produce maximum number of procedure. Right. Now come to the example. Number of examples I given previously. Flatty elephantis example. Tapeworm. What is the common name? Tinea. Liver fluid. Fasciola hepatica. Blood fluid. Cystosoma hematobium. Example pre-living planaria. Now come to the ascariasis. Which is also called as pneumatic. Why this common name is called as roundworms? Flatty elephantis is called as flatworm, this is called as roundworm. Why they are called as roundworm? When you take the tears of animal in this file, any animal of this file, when you take the tears, the tear section is round. Hence, this is called as roundworms. The most important, right? The alimentary canal is complete. Mouth and anus. Buccopharynx is muscular pharynx. Be careful. Muscular pharynx and alimentary canal with anus. Complete and muscular pharynx. This is our pharynx is also muscular. But this nature is the first appeared in ascariasis, which is helps in sucking. Right? This pharynx is helps in swallowing. Without pharynx, you cannot swallow the food. Right? This nature is present in first study ascariasis. Okay. Now these are triploblastic, bilateral symmetry, pseudocoelom. The level of body organization, organ and organ system. Excretory tubes is helps in excretion, not flame cells. The flame cells is only in flatty elephantis. Is it? Majority are unisex with sexual dimorphism. identification of male and female by the external character. This is called as sexual dimorphism. Generally males short, females are long. Right. Like now example Ascaris. Ascaris. The Ascaris is male, is there? Female. How can you identify the male and female? The male is short, posterior is curved. The female is long, the posterior is straight, not curved. Right? You cannot say, you are not saying it is a female by internal ovary, by presence of ovary. You are not saying this is female by the internal ovary, but you are saying external morphology. This external morphology which helps in identification of sex, that is called as sexual dimorphism. Right. Example Ascaris, Hukuam, ankylostoma, Ucararia, Brandcraft, filarial worm, Enterobius, threadworm. Right. This is the examples of Ascaris. Now come to the annelida. Annelida. Annuals. That means external body of these animals is having many rings, annuals means rings. This rings is nothing external segmentation, and internal segmentation is as septa. That means the body is having segmentation. The segmentation is true or false? True. Why? Each segment containing a part of system. Hence, it is called as metameric segmentation. The presence of metameric segmentation is the character of annelida. This is the first coelomate. Body cavity is a true. Bilateral symmetry. Symmetry is bilateral symmetry. General layers are triploblastic. But these animals, we have the true body cavity. True body cavity in Latin is called a coelom. But this coelom is the first appeared cell. Right? The digestive system is complete. Straight elementary canal. With complete nature. Right? Excretion by nephridia. Pharyngeal nephridia, sacral nephridia, integumental nephridia. Is it? Right? Circulation by closed. Some are bisexual, some are unisexual. Earthworm, leech, blood sucking. These both are bisexual. Nereis is unisexual. Now this is about the phylum Annelida. Now come to the next phylum, Arthropoda. We have joints. Due to presence of joints, as our body parts is freely movable or rotate in many directions. This is one of the benefits for our body functioning. If the joint is not there, this forelimb is straight forever. We cannot fold it. This nature, jointed nature, right? Arthropoda, legs. Arthro means joint. Yeah. These animals, the animals who are first jointed legs, appendages, are called arthropoda. Is it? This body shows metameric segmentation like animal. Body cavity is a true coelom. General layers 3, triploblastic. Symmetry, bilateral symmetry. Right. Level of body organization, organ system. Right. Now, most important, right, excretion, Malphizian tubules or green gland. Respiration, right, in cockroach terrestrial, that is trachea. In aquatic, gills. That means the respiration by gills or trachea. Yes, if it is terrestrial, trachea. If it is aquatic, that is well-known example, prawn, respiration by gills. Cockroach, terrestrial, trachea. Right. Open circulatory system is present. There is no closed circulatory system. Right. Now, the most important in arthropoda, the alimentary canal is coiled. In annulina, elementary canal is straight. Right. Why it is straight? Why it is coiled? Our elementary canal is coiled. Because the length of elementary canal is more than our body. Hence, if it is more than our body, it cannot accommodate it as a straight. So, in arthropoda, the elementary canal is coiled in nature. Our coiled nature, first appeared, elementary canal is not first appeared in arthropoda. Elementary canal first appeared in flat elementary. But coiled nature elementary canal is the first. Is it? With glands, well developed glands, sense organ, compound eye. Right. Most important compound eye. Right. Ommatidium is a unit, basical unit. Right. A pair of antenna. A pair of antenna. This is also compound eye. The nervous system is well developed with double ventral nerve cord, nerve ring, ganglia. Right. Almost these are unisex. Some are mostly unisex. Right. Now come to the next one, mollusca. Mollusca. Now, soft body elements. This is the degree of softness is different from one organism to another. Now, if you take the mammals, human beings, the male body is somewhat rough when compared with the female. But the molluscan softness is more than the remaining part. The soft body, when it crawl on the soil, damage will be there because the soil is enough. To prevent this damage, their body is covered by shell. The shell is acted as an exoskeleton. So, molluscum is a Latin word. When you translate in English, soft body animal. Due to the soft body animal, for protection purpose, shell is there. The shell is nothing, exoskeleton. Right? Now, come to this, some important character. Right? Now, body cavity, silo. Right? Generally, it's triploblast. Level of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral symmetry. Right? Now, these are the non-segmented, unsegmented. The body is divisible into head, visceral mass, foot. Visceral mass, foot. Okay? Now, this visceral mass is covered by a layer. The visceral mass is covered by a layer. The layer is called as mantle. This mantle produces shell. The space between visceral mass, body and mantle is called as mantle cavity. Right? Silo, true silo. But the body cavity is filled with blood. Hence it is called as hemocoel. Right? Now, the most important character, the buccal cavity of molluscans is containing some masticating organ, chewing, that is called as radula. This is a unique feature of molluscans. The presence of radula is the character of molluscans. But where it is present? Right, in buccal cavity. Right, gills respiration takes place by tiny, that is gills. Circulation, open or closed? Open. Because the body cavity, hence the body cavity is filled with blood, hence it is called as hemocoel. Right. Right. There is no pigment. Right. Now, some example. Pila globosa, snake, octopus, devilfish, right? Sepia, right? Sea hare, aphasia, right? Naturals, this is the examples of molluscans. Now come to the academic. echinoderm. These are exclusively marine. That means that any animal which belongs to echinoderm, if you want sea, you want sea, one animal, you must visit the sea. There is no ectodermity on the terrestrial and freshwater. The most important echinodermata, dermata, skin, spiny skin. Our is hairy skin, scaly skin, feathery skin. Birds are feathery skin. It is spiny skin. Is it? Now come to that. Right. Now, symmetry. I already told you. Embryonic symmetry, bilateral, adults, radial symmetry, germinal layers, triploblast, body cavity, cell. Is it? Level of organization. Right. Organ system. They have the most important character, vascular system. Here the body surface is not dorsal in ventrum. Oral aboral. Due to presence and absence of mouth. Now it is the like most of the animals is a star shape. When it is star shape, when it is moving, right. This is the inner surface which is faced to the ground. It is having the mouth is called as oral. Vascular system is the most important character. Right. All are unisexual. Right. Fertilization is external. Development is indirect. Right. Sea star, brittle stars. Right. Sea cucumbers, ophiothrix. Right. This is the examples of echinoderm. Now come to the hemichordata. Hemichordata. Previously it is included synchordata, but recently it is separated from chordata and raised as a phylum. According to some author, this is the connecting link between chordates and non-chordates. Right? This is the worm-like animals. Now, most important hemichordata. What is the example of hemichordata? I found it. Belenoglasses is an example. Sacoglasses and belenoglasses is an example for hemichordata. Now, according to syllabus, this is the simple. Right. Now, come to the most important chordata. Now, notochord. Right. Pharyngeal gill, nerve cord, post-anal tail. This is the important features. Right. Now, what is this? Notochord. Origin mesoderm, which is dorsal. Now, pharyngeal gill, which is helps in respiration. Nerve cord, sense. Now, post-anal tail. See, it is the diagram. Suppose that one. Now, what is this elementary thing? It is the mouth. Now it is the anus. After anus, there is no body part. But now, in all chordates, suppose now, right, it is the monkey, whatever it will be. Right. Now it is the elementary canal. Here the forelimbs, here the handlimbs. Right. Now it is the head. Right. Now what is this elementary canal? Now see. It is the anus. That means after the anus, some body part is there, which is generally called as tail. This post-anal body part is nothing caudal, or in English it is called as tail. All chordates must be continuing. post-anal body part. Now, once again, right, pharyngeal insects is a shape, respiration, not a cause, support, origin, disorder, nature, that is the solid or hollow, solid. Now, nerve cord, single, dorsal, hollow. Right, now postal. This is the important features. Right. Basal and notochord. Cardiac is classified into 3 subphylum. Cardiac phylum is divisible into 3 subphylum. Urocardiac, cephalocardiac, vertebrate. Right. In all urochordates, the notochord is temporal and incomplete. That means it is the body, embryonic body. Right. The notochord is restricted to the tail region. That is nothing. Incomplete, temporal. When it is changes into adult, this total is disappeared. Now, properly, in cephalocardiac, the notochord is complete from one end to another end, and also present in embryo and as well as adult. That means it is permanent and complete. Complete means entire body. So this is the cephalocardiac. It is euro means chain. Alright. Now come to the vertebrate. In vertebrates, the notochord is present in only embryonic stage. When it is coming to the adult, it is replaced by vertebral column. Hence, it is called as vertebrates. But see, right now what is this? This is by the subphylum, vertebratum. Why it is called as vertebratum? Alright, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. So, in adult condition, backbone is there. Vertebral column is there. There is no notochord. But embryonic stage is containing notochord. So, in embryonic stage, they show the cardiac diffusion. In adult, notochord is there. Hence, vertebrates are chordates. All chordates are non-vertebrates. Because these are chordates, invertebrates. Chordates, invertebrates. Why they are chordates? Notochord is there. Why it is invertebrate backbone is vertebral column is absent. Now come to the urochordata. Ascidium, sulfodoria. Right. Cephalocardiac. Amphiaxis. Yes. Now among these 3, now a beautiful question. Among these 3, which is 100% chordates, typical chordates? Right. It is advanced chordates. It is primitive chordates. It is the typical chordates. You see 100% chordatic characters in cephalocardiac. Hence, this is called as typical chordates. This is the protochordates. Right? Sorry, this is the primitive chordates. But urochordates and cephalochordates together is called as protochordates. Right? There is no brain is there, but brain is not protected to the cranium. Hence, this is also called as acraniata. This is called as craniata. Based on presence and absence of cranium. This is called as craniata. These 2 are called as acraniata. Now, urochordata, cephalochordata together is called as protochordates. Now, properly, vertebrate. What is the tags of vertebrate? What is the level of vertebrate? Is a subphylum. The subphylum is divisible into Subphylum is divisible into 2 groups based on presence and absence of jaws. If the jaws is absent, agnata, or agnata. If the jaws are present, nathostomata. Right. In this agnata, only one class is there. Cyclostomata. The name indicates cyclostomata. The mouth is circular, which is helps in blood circulation. Is it? Right. Hence, this is the ectoparasites on fish. They shows the migration. Actually, adults live in marine, Right. Now, when they want releasing eggs, they migrate to the fresh water. After the laying of eggs, they will be dead. This is the one of the important character that is shows the migration. Right. Now the pale fins and scales are absent. Right. Now what is this? Nathostom is having jaws or without jaws. It is again classified into two superclasses. Right. Physis, tetra. Right. In this nathostomata, right, if the locomotion takes like fins, that means paired or unpaired fins, whatever it may be, fins, is called as physis. If it is limbs, tetra. This fishes is having again two types, chondrichthyes, osteochthyes. Bony fishes, cartilaginous fishes. Right. Their scales, placoid scales. Now, cartilaginous fishes, bony fishes. Cartilaginous fishes technically is called as chondrichthyes. It is called as osteochthyes. Scales, placoid. It may be chinoid or gonoid. Is it? Now, the mouth is right. Mouth is ventral. The mouth is terminal. Opericulum, gills is covered by lid, absent. Opericulum is absent. Opericulum is present. Right. Like this. So, now, most important, the endoskeleton exclusively cartilage. The endoskeleton exclusively bone. Right. Notochord is present. Even though it is vertebrate, we are also vertebrate. Why we are vertebrate? Backbone. Back. Notochord is replaced, but in adults both are there. Notochord is there, vertebral chord is there. Right. This is the one of the important feature. Right. Now this is now. Right. All sharks, Scoliida. Right. Electric ray, sting ray is example for cartilage. The most important is the viviparous. These are the oviparous. The pelvic fins in males. Jagrata, very important. It is a seat bit, knee bit. Right. In cartilaginous fishes, males is having a pair of claspers which hold the female. That means copulation. Internal fertilization. Viviparous. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization requires copulation. The copulation means attachment, a sexual meeting between male and female. For this, the male containing a pair of claspers, which is a modified of pelvic fins but not pectoral. In which sex? Male. Now, there is no claspers. That means copulation does not occur. Hence, the male and female fishes release the gametes into the water. Hence, it is external fertilization. The development is also external. Development is inside the body. Inside the body. Yes. It is oviparous, it is the viviparous. Now this is about the characters. Now come to the amphibia, reptilia, eusebia, mammals. Amphibia. Good. Embryonic development takes place in water. Adults on the terrestrial. That means we can see two types of habitats. Amphi, both. Right. Total embryonic development takes place in right. The body is naked without any skeleton. Right. Heart is 3 chamber. Respiration by be careful. Respiration by gills, lungs, skin. Right. Now these are unisexual, external fertilization, 3-chambered heart, symmetry is a bilateral, germinal layers are 3 triploblastic, coelom is body fat. This is the common, right? The next one, come to the reptile. These are the amphibians. Amphibians, among the vertebrates, I am not total animal. I am among the vertebrates. The amphibians is the first terrestrial. These are the first terrestrial. They leave the water and reach the land. But they are defeated terrestrial vertebrate. Defeated terrestrial vertebrate. Once they leave the water and reach land. But again is entering water. This nature is called as first terrestrial is amphibian, but defeated. Now come to the after the reptile. It is the first successful terrestrial vertebrates. First successful terrestrial vertebrates. That means once they reach the land, they never go to the back in water. Even though the sex is also takes place, sexual reproduction is also takes place. The body is covered by the skin, right? Heart is two-chambered except crocodiles. Right. Now come to the reptile. This is the internal fertilization, oviparous. Internal fertilization, oviparous. Right. Excretion by kidney. Right. Right. Respiration by lungs. Right. Now the body is covered by scales. Right. Now number of examples is there. Lizards. Right. Piranhas, crocodiles, tortoise. This is the example. But crocodiles shows the mammalian feature. Four-chambered heart. Now come to the aves. This is the first vertebrates which shows the aerial mode of life. Hence, some physiological anatomical changes is occur. Right. The forelimbs is modified into wings, right, which containing feathers. Exoskeleton is feather. In reptile, exoskeleton is scale. The fishes is also scale. Right. But the scales which is present in reptiles, they show the periodical shading, ecdysis. In fishes, the scales does not show ecdysis. Right. Now come to the aves. Right. Heart is four-chambered. Right. The most important character. The lungs, respiration lungs, but the lungs of aves does not contain alveoli. Instead of alveoli, external air sacs is there. The air sacs is penetrate entire the body. This nature helps to easily lift the body. Right. The body size is very short. The bones are pneumatic bones. That means the body internal bone cavity is filled with air. The vertebral column ossified but fused but not free. This fused vertebra causes decrease the length. If the vertebral column is decreases in length, automatically body size is also decreases. That is easy to fly. Right. Now, right. Unisexual. Right. Internal fertilization. Oviparous. Right. Now, mammals. But among these birds, some are flightless, some are flightless. Flightless. Suppose ostrich is a flightless bird. Now come to the mermaid. Good. Body is covered by hair, dentition, thecodont, heterodont, diphyodont. Right. Diaphragm. Right. Four-chambered heart. Respiration by lungs with alveoli. Kidney. Right. Nephron respiration, excretion by kidney which containing nephron with lobe of kidney. That is the right. Frog in the amphibians excretion is also kidney. The kidney unit of frog is also nephron. Our kidney unit is also nephron. But what is the difference? Right. The nephron of amphibians without lobe of kidney. Our nephron with loop of it. Right. Now, right. Some mammals are egg-laying, prototherian, metatherian, eutherian. Kangaroo, the Australian animal, which is having pouches. Right. This is, they give the birth to immature animals. The immature animals is a keep in the pouch. The remaining development takes place in the pouch. The pouch is called as marsupialium. Right. But eutherian, complete development takes place in the body. Right. Based on the body temperature. Aves and mammals, homeotherms, warm-blooded, constant temperature. The remaining all are reptiles from porifera. They are biclothal. Their body temperature changes according to the surrounding environment. So this is the characters. See, now within 1 hour I complete the level, but you must understand each and every character is not explained like first time in the classroom. First time I taken nearly 1 month for the completion of this chapter, but just 1 hour I completed. Due to the time factor, I hope you can understand my problem. But textbook is there, each and every line you must keep in your mind. But examination, I prepare more than 90 questions within the chapter. But during examination, during the preparation of question paper, write. Each and every line will be there in the form of question. Is it right? Due to the time factor, I may be